Well, good afternoon everyone and welcome to the shop. It's the 9th of January 2024. First video of the year. We're going to do a service or check out what's wrong with it. It's a little STIHL chainsaw. I've had it for a while. It belongs to a commercial customer and he asked if I couldn't get it out right away, so we'll pull it off the rack and see what's wrong with it. So I'll get you spun around and we'll take a look at it. Alright, this is a little MS 250. The ticket said it's not running well. He doesn't use it very much. Blade's fair. It's got gas in it. Got just a splash of gas. Let's dump that out and see what it looks like. You can probably hear that heater running, but it's been cold. Fuel looks really good, so we'll put a splash of fresh fuel in it. Okay, making sure it's got a fuel filter on it. About a half tank. Check the bar oil. Plenty of bar oil. Alright. Stand right in that furnace, it's getting kind of warm. Okay. There's no primer button. Let's take a look at the air filter. Bad. All the way down to choke. No primer button. Okay, hit. Yeah. Seems to be running out of fuel. Alright, looks like a fuel starvation problem, so we'll go ahead and clean the carburetor on it. Alrighty. sonic cleaner warming up. Can't get you a little closer here and see what we're doing. There we go. I took the air cleaner bolts off. Now we need to disconnect the throttle linkage, and it just snaps onto the trigger. You pull the trigger and it just snaps off and then works out of the linkage in the back there. Then we'll pop off this fuel line right there. A little vent line here goes over the top. You got the choke lever. Disconnect that wire. Like that. What you do is you take the choke off and then spin the choke on up here at the lever, and everything lines up and you can pull it out. Now it should pull out. You should pull off the pulse line. Pulse hole back here. Doesn't look all that bad. These, right there's the little pulse line. Goes into the pump here. Okay, a little Zama for STIHL. We'll get this tore apart. I'll get you spun around here to the other bench. It's a little better light over here. And we'll get this taken care of. All right. Let's see what we got here. Get centered up here so we can all see what I'm doing. Okay, pulled that off. Screen doesn't look too bad. Check this impulse hole, which was right here. Yeah, and it comes out right there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but probably not. I'm so messed up here with this camera, everything. But anyway, I can see it sticking through right there. So that's working. Diaphragm looks all right. It's not really all that dirty inside. Okay. There we go. Had to flip my view screen a little bit farther. A little sawdust on it. Still pretty pliable. Float's moving. And he might have been fiddling with it to get it going, so the carb might be all out of adjustment. There's that. Nope. UPS guy. We got some repair parts in. Okay. Should we see where we got the deals? It's supposed to be high 3/4, low 1/4 is their starting point. Okay, this one's low. There's half, 1, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2 on the low. I would say that's a little much. And the high was 3/4. So there's half, 1, not quite 1 1/2. So I think he's been messing with it. We will see. Okay. The long jet is the low on that one. And garbage. So we'll wait for that to heat up a little bit. Our carburetor, something right on here. If you look right under the throttle, just above the adjustment jets, there's a casting right there. It's C1Q. This is C1Q. And then on the other side of the carburetor, under the fuel line right here, is the model, or the type, or whatever. Get up here where I can. And it is, we'll just write all these numbers down. Oh, the little tiny things. So S2 42A, and then underneath that is 1123/29B, and under that is 545A. All right, get my computer fired up and we'll look that up. All right, here we are over at the computer, and enlarge this, maybe that'll help you see a little better. I don't know how to put a computer screen on my videos. Maybe that's something I'll learn how to do. Okay, we're at the Zama website, zamacorp.com, and we're going to go to support, parts and service, support, parts and service, if I can get my fingers to work right, and carburetor lookup. And it's a C1Q, so the third one down. I don't know if you can read any of this or not. Okay, now we want to go, I'm thinking the middle number here that we wrote down, this 1123. Yeah, maybe not. Let's do the top number, C24 2A. So S, so we come down here to the S's. S, 242. S, 2. Well, we're still in the S1. All right, 2. S2. All right, I don't have either one of them. Let me see what I can find for gaskets. All right, I dug around in my kits, and the gasket and diaphragm kit 70 had the right fuel pump on it. Fuel pump diaphragm. And then the gasket and diaphragm kit 77 had the right metering diaphragm. So between the two of them, I got a gasket diaphragm kit. And I'll just put the extra stuff back in my, I got a deal here where I save all my odds and ends. And we'll use them at another time. So, we got a gasket diaphragm kit for it. And the needle valve and stuff should be fine. So, still waiting for the sonic cleaner to finish heating up, so we'll put our carburetor in there. That should warmed up a little bit. I got a call. I got a friend that's legally blind, and says he can't get the plow up on his four-wheeler. So I'm going to run over there, see if I can't help him out. Well, this is cooking, and it's noisy anyway. We don't want to listen to it. So I'll bring you back when we're done. All right, the sonic cleaner's finished. So we'll take it out of that. All right. Just kind of blow out some of these ports. Get it with a little shop air. I think these are pretty good. All right. Now we'll start putting this back together. So we'll do the fuel pump side first. So we want the diaphragm to go down first. Carburetor side. Line it up on these pegs here. Might be a little easier. Then you got to kind of flip the throttle. Like that. Get my hands to work. Looks like it's all lined up. Okay, now we'll do the diaphragm next. They're both metering side, so we'll put the little spring in. Up here to where the spring will balance up on here. Boy, it's hard with only one good eye. Depth perception is just non-existent. Okay, now we need the lever and the pin. And we'll get the little screw that's beveled, ready to go. Okay. And still got the lever on the that on. Okay, get out our Z. And we're looking for a C1Q, which is the top edge here. Right there, C1Q. Just barely clears it, so that's good. Now we'll put the gasket on. And the diaphragm. And the cover. Snug them down. Okay, the long one is for the low side. Let's see the low. Low is a quarter out. So we'll run this in. Back it out a quarter. Yeah, the high is 3/4, so there's 3/4 out. Okay, I couldn't find a new base gasket. The edges are kind of tore out, but I think it'll be all right. You just set that on there. Okay, we'll get you spun around and we'll get this put back on. Alright, I found that gasket. Hell, it was laying right there on that. I'm going to have to paint that black thing so I can see around it. Okay, so we'll slide that on. Like that. Slip the carburetor on. That. Slip the fuel line on. Okay. Put this choke lever on. And it just, I'm gonna have to get a light. There's the long end of that's got to fit in a hole here. This might be too much light for you, but I got to be able to see. And that fits right in the bottom. And then you pull that choke lever up. And that fits on like that. And then this fits in there like that. So when you flip the deal up, it goes under that spring. And that kills it. Okay. This comes over the top. That little holder there for it. Around the back side of that, might slide this up a little bit. Fits on the, there we go. Fits on the idle screw. Snaps into place. Now let's get the throttle on before we do that. See if I can get you down in there. Zoom you in a little bit here. So there's this choke shaft here. You go over that. Under the carburetor. There's a hole back in there. And you thread the end in the hole. And you pull the trigger, brings up that little tab there. Slip out of the hole. It's in the hole. I'm going to kind of hold that with the pliers so I don't lose it. Pull the trigger. And then that snaps down in the trigger. Just like that. Alright. Kind of fiddly, but that's just the way it is. Now we'll put the air filter base on. Okay, that's working free. Okay, that's working. So I cleaned up the air filter. Snap that on. Little steel screwdriver here for adjusting that. We'll wait and put that air filter on, or the cover on. All right. Let's see if that runs any better now. We've got it on the basic start, so we'll want to push this all the way down. Make sure you can see what's going on here. Make sure we're out all the way. Okay, here we go. Hit. Thinks you've done pretty good. Cover back on. Try a restart. Looks like she's oiling good. Alrighty. Seems to be doing pretty good. You can see on the bench there how it's been spewing out all this oil right here. So I don't think it needs to have the chain sharpened on it. Okay, I think that one's a doner. Get a little bit of gooey tape here on the side. See if we can't clean that off. Don't know what's going on with that. Some kind of electrical tape or something. I don't know what he had going on with it. But all right. Yeah, I cleaned that off good. Another hot start. All right, that's it. All right, that was a pretty easy one. Just a basic carb clean, and just kind of blew it out a little bit. I think he'd been fiddling with them jets because they was way out. I turned the high jet out maybe a quarter of a turn, maybe a half, to where it started to stumble just a little bit. You don't want it right on that sweet spot. You want to draw the rich side of that sweet spot. And then I turned the low jet out maybe 1/8 to 1/4, and that give a little better trigger response. Adjusted the idle up just a little. They had it idling way low, and so I put the idle just so the chain would stop turning. That's where I like to put them. I mean, if evidently he goes in and fiddles with it, so he'll adjust it the way he wants. But it's running now. Didn't look too bad, and so that's another one down. And appreciate you guys hanging with me. If you like these videos, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. I'd like to get over 20,000 this next coming year. So that'd be good. And we'll catch you on the next video. Y'all have a great day.